We're back at it, and we're watching 10 most disrespectful Dragon Ball fighting moments. But this is just regular Dragon Ball, like Z. But if you do like this one, leave a like, comment, subscribe down below. Sorry if I just sound like that, or if you guys could hear me too well. But sorry if I sound like that, just woke up. Better get this banger in for you guys. But yeah. Let me know what you guys want to see more of. If it's more anime things versus gaming, just let me know what you guys want to see, and I'll try to make it happen for you guys. I did record some, I guess like a watch through of anime for you guys. I did 2 episodes of that. I reacted to them, and yeah, let's just say it was copyrighted in 100+ countries, because you know YouTube doesn't really like things like that. But yeah, let me know if you guys still want me to try to do that. I'll just try to do some watch throughs on like a stream or something instead. That should go a little bit smoother than just, you know, trying to record it and edit things of that nature. So yeah, like I said, if you guys are new here, my name is Vaughn's World. But yeah, if you guys are new here, leave a like, comment, subscribe. That is why.
Vegeta constantly calls Goku a clown, and we can't exactly blame him. There's been plenty of...
Ooh, yeah, I forgot to ask if you guys have seen Dragon Ball. Favorite character from Dragon Ball down below in the comments. Mine... I'm gonna say from like old Dragon Ball when Goku was like a kid. I'm gonna say that Goku when he was a kid, because he was a true menace back in my day. But a little bit past that, in regular like Dragon Ball Z or like Kai, I'm gonna say Super Saiyan 2 Gohan during that Cell Saga. That's my favorite. That Cell Saga was so fire. Then Cell had that delectable villain theme. Shit went crazy. Then yeah, I'd say Gohan was my favorite. When Ultimate Gohan, when he was like real cocky. Yeah, that was heat too. And Super. And Super. I'm probably gonna say like UI Goku again, just cause fire. I would say Vegeta,
points throughout the Dragon Ball franchise where Goku has humiliated himself and others in battle. He's not the only one either. Almost all of the warriors in the series have had some embarrassing moments mid-battle. So let's take a look at some of the most humiliating moments from Dragon Ball battles. But before we get into some of the most downright disrespectful moments in Dragon Ball history, subscribe to CBR and ring that bell to join our notification squad, so you never miss any of our Dragon Ball videos. Yamcha gets cratered. Second only to It's Over 9,000! Yamcha's death at the hands of the Cybermen is one of the most infamous moments in the entire franchise. Though this moment was originally depicted as the tragic demise of a beloved friend, one that signified just how strong the Saiyans and their minions were, it went on to become one of the character's most humiliating moments. Many reference this moment when describing how weak Yamcha is, since he died so easily at the hands of a low-level enemy. Yamcha has made a fool of himself before, especially in early Dragon Ball, but nothing stuck quite like his explosive demise, a moment that has been parodied by the franchise itself in the baseball episode of Dragon Ball Super. Godly forehead flicks. Akira Toriyama has an affinity for portraying gods in rather unique ways. Kami is an alien who watches over the planet. King Kai is like an irritable martial arts master from an old kung fu movie, and Beerus is something of a bratty child who's often too busy sleeping or eating to do his job as a destroyer. Suffice to say, the gods of Dragon Ball aren't the wise divine figures some believe them to be. Beerus in particular is perhaps the least godly of them all, since on top of his lazy lifestyle, he's been known to be rather petty and smug while fighting. One of the best examples of this can be seen in his first encounter with Goku. During their fight, Beerus quickly displayed how strong he was by flicking Goku on the forehead, sending him flying. But Beerus got his own share of humility when Goku transformed into a Super Saiyan God. During their rematch, Goku stooped to the god's maturity level and gave Beerus his own forehead flick, an embarrassing moment that clearly pissed him off. Goku took things even further by giving him the finger in a taunting, flicking motion. Regardless of who won the fight, both warriors lost when it came to acting like adults, since humiliating each other seemed to be at the top of their priorities. Mr. Satan versus Cell. During the Cell saga, Mr. Satan was an arrogant showboat with a personality and mustache of a flashy professional wrestler. Despite his legion of fans believing otherwise, Mr. Satan was no more than a basic martial artist who loved the spotlight, and nothing illustrated this better than his encounter with Cell. Mr. Satan insisted that his two students face Cell first, but their showy fighting styles did nothing against Cell, who took care of them with little to no effort. Mr. Satan then entered the ring and proceeded to chop through some tiles in an attempt to intimidate Cell. It didn't work in the least, and we all know how it went from there. Mr. Satan threw a flurry of punches and kicks at Cell, all of which did absolutely nothing to the biological monster, who quickly grew tired of Mr. Satan, deftly swatting him into a mountainside. A humiliating moment that made Mr. Satan realize just how outclassed he was. Goku's biting habit. Despite being in his 40s, Goku is still that same wild child we met in the original Dragon Ball series, and his total lack of class or pride has always been evident in his fighting style, especially when he bites his opponents. Goku has used his chompers to get out of tough spots during some of the franchise's biggest battles. Way back in Dragon Ball, when King Piccolo had Goku against the ropes, Goku bit the villain's thumb as a means of fighting back, keeping his jaw clamped even as King Piccolo attempted to violently shake him off. It might not have been pretty, but it definitely showed us that Goku was not one to give up so easily. Fast forward to his fight with Beerus in Dragon Ball Super, and we've got one of the funniest examples of Goku biting his opponent. Despite being on the same level as the God of Destruction, Goku still resorted to sinking his teeth into Beerus' tail. This was quickly followed up by a series of childish slapstick attacks, including Beerus smooshing Goku's face and Goku yelling into Beerus' ears. Suffice it to say, Goku has little to no class when it comes to gaining the upper hand in a fight, and if he was as prideful as Vegeta, he'd probably be humiliated by how many times he's resorted to biting. The world's strongest candy. Even after Majin Buu transitioned from his initial jovial form into the much smarter and much more evil Super Buu, he still kept his affinity for Goku, which led to his demise when it came to his fight against Vegito. The Potara fusion between Goku and Vegeta proved to be too powerful for Super Buu, so he decided to turn Vegito into a tiny piece of coffee-flavored candy. However, this did little to hinder Vegito's power. In fact, it just made him harder for Buu to hit, a smaller target that retained all of the speed and power of his normal form. Thus, Candy Vegito, who refers to himself as the strongest candy in the world, continued to bring the smack down, attacking Buu with all of his coffee-flavored might. Super Buu expected to simply eat Vegito in this form, but little did he know that the fused warrior would continue to kick his butt, even giving him a taste by zooming straight into his mouth and out the back of his head. Goku versus Ninja Murasaki. Dragon Ball originally had a much more comedic approach to the adventures of Goku and his friends, and even as the franchise transitioned into action and martial arts, there were still plenty of slapstick elements to the battles, something that Toriyama brought back in Super. Many of Goku's fights, even the big, important, long-lasting ones, had at least one hilarious visual gag thrown in, especially prior to the King Piccolo saga. Take his fight with Ninja Murasaki, for example. The guy resorted to some of the most underhanded techniques to beat Goku, half of which either blew up in his face or were ultimately useless. The best part of Goku's encounter with Murasaki had to be when he gave the ninja a tail of his own. When Murasaki leapt into the air to attack, Goku aimed his power pole so that the ninja would land painfully on the weapon, jamming it where the sun don't shine. Murasaki jumped and yelped around, a humiliating moment for both him and Commander Red, who had put his faith in Ninja Murasaki to defeat Goku. Chopstick Combat. Much in the same way that Buu's pride was wounded by his bout with Candy Vegito, we imagine the Z Fighters who attempted to take on Beerus in Battle of Gods faced similar humiliation when the God of Destruction easily bested them using nothing but a pair of chopsticks. After Buu refused to share his pudding, Beerus was enraged, attacking everyone at the party as they attempted to quell his destruction. But they didn't stand a chance. Without even utilizing his full strength, Beerus was able to counter and completely incapacitate every warrior that came at him, disarming Tien with chopsticks before using them to knock out Piccolo via pressure points. All in all, it was a pretty awesome moment that showed just how strong Beerus was, but it must have been pretty humiliating for Piccolo, Tien, Android 18, Gohan, and Buu to be taken out so easily. Even the opponents he didn't use the chopsticks on suffered some severe pride wounds, as Beerus easily countered every one of their attacks without breaking a sweat, smashing Gohan and Buu's heads together with excessive force. That's right, he took on Gohan's ultimate power and Majin freaking Buu like they were nothing. Krillin gets cocky. A lot of Dragon Ball fans argue that Krillin is the strongest human in the series, and for the most part, they'd be right. However, this doesn't change the fact that he was the first member of Universe 7 to get knocked out of the Tournament of Power. In one of the most embarrassing moments of his fighting career, Krillin was knocked out of the arena due to his own hubris. After taking out Majora with an epic Kamehameha wave, Krillin took a little too long celebrating his victory. Beating off the praise of Beerus and Supreme Kai, Krillin continued to boast, letting his guard down long enough for Universe 6's Frost to come from behind with a swift attack that shot him out of bounds. Krillin was humiliated by the loss, both because he was disappointed in himself and because he was berated by his wife and the gods of Universe 7, with Beerus giving Krillin a stern yelling while Shin just presented a cold, icy stare that sent shivers up the disgraced fighter's spine. Gohan kicks Boo's butt. Though Gohan's ultimate form isn't quite as flashy a transformation as Super Saiyan, the power that comes with it is unbelievable. In fact, Ultimate Gohan's strength was so unbelievable, Super Boo completely underestimated the Half Saiyan and ended up paying the price for it. Boo was completely dominated by Gohan, who put little to no effort into severely beating Boo, humiliating the villain in the process. Super Boo didn't stand a chance against Ultimate Gohan, experiencing such a powerful disgrace from losing that he resorted to absorbing Piccolo and Gotenks. The fight was much more even after Piccolo and Gotenks were absorbed, but before the brief window where Gohan outmatched Boo, the latter seemed to only get angrier and angrier at how much stronger Gohan was. That anger definitely stemmed from a wounded ego, which Gohan was the cause of with his awesome ultimate power. Gohan's smug expressions throughout his beatdown of Boo probably didn't help the villain feel any less humiliated, nor did Gohan's taunting, which took Boo's pride down a peg. Suffice to say, Gohan's power was much more impressive than anyone expected, and Boo saw firsthand just how badly he underestimated it. Krillin finishes off Bacterian. Our final entry is also the most disgusting, featuring the grossest character in all of Dragon Ball history, Bacterian. This character was introduced as Krillin's opponent during the very first World Martial Arts tournament of the franchise. Bacterian used his own lack of hygiene as a weapon, never bathing a single day in his life so that his rancid stench could immobilize anyone who dare fight him. It was definitely an interesting battle tactic, but it didn't quite work on Krillin, whose lack of a nose made him immune to the smell, though Krillin didn't realize this at first. Bacterian's first sinky line of defense was completely shattered against Krillin, and beyond his protectively smelly aura, he wasn't really much of a fighter, at least not compared to a student of Master Roshi. Krillin easily took care of Bacterian, despite his attempt to stop him with a massive, disgusting loogie. Bacterian tried his darndest, but Krillin stood victorious in the end. However, victory alone wasn't enough for Krillin, as he added insult to injury. After subduing Bacterian, Krillin knocked him out with a stink attack of his own, pulling down his pants and breaking wind right in the dim-witted fighter's face. So, which moment did you think was the most humiliating? Did we leave out any of your favorite embarrassing battle moments from the Dragon Ball franchise? Let us know down in the comments.
I don't know, I can't think off the top of my head. Like, real embarrassing-ish. But I think some of the most hype moments, I listened to them album on like a playlist. I'm trying to think. That Tournament of Power, when Vegeta said he left everything to Goku, that's fire. I kind of like the speech Goku gave to Gohan during the Cell Saga with that final Kamehameha. What else is there that's real big? Vegeta's final atonement speech is pretty crazy. When Vegeta finally says Goku's better than him, that's a favorite too. But yeah, if you guys would like, you could leave down below your most, or well, at least your favorite disrespectful moment here. But yeah, there's out of all these, I'm not gonna lie, it's probably gonna be Yamcha getting packed up, just cause like of all the memes and stuff that you see, like it'll just fade into Yamcha getting packed. But yeah. Also, really quick, what's your guys' favorite evolution of Trunks? I'm gonna say regular Dragon Ball Super Trunks. With that jacket, he wanted Goku to fight him as a Super Saiyan, and then Goku used his finger to, you know what I'm saying, handle business. But if you guys do like this type of content, you know, leave a like, comment, subscribe for more of this. I hope you guys have an amazing day. Also, if you don't know, I'm live on Twitch at least 2-3 times a week. So if you want to come through, hit that subscribe on my Twitch, you know what I'm saying? It's only a nice like $5 a month just to come support me. You know, I'm an affiliate, so you guys can support me if you choose to donate some bits, whatever you guys want to do. I would appreciate it. Yeah, thank you guys for coming back to another one. And yeah, we're gonna have some more content for you guys real soon. Peace.